stuff like that, and she will do a short set for you. Okay, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go, guys!
Hello, Havant. Hello. What a great atmosphere. This is brilliant. Bearing in mind my last gig was at a student union. And you can play video games in this particular student union. You can play, obviously, FIFA, the football game, or Halo, which is a shooting game. And when I was on stage, someone happened to be playing the FIFA football game. And I'm not going to lie, it does hurt when there's more applause for someone scoring a goal in FIFA than when I leave the stage. I sort of have to question, should I revise my sort of goals and aspirations in life? Possibly raise the bar. And yes, I did have to raise the bar. So I'm here tonight, and just the fact you guys are facing forward is a great sign, really, isn't it? There's no sort of screen up there, is there? No one's playing Xbox in the back, are they? Cool, cool. There's a lot of you here, I'm not going to lie. The last time I was around so many people, I was at a rally, obviously against the closure of our local Poundland back home. No, it's serious guys, and like 100 people at a great day out, really, as you can imagine. Obviously that's a slight exaggeration, it was more like a 99p store. But funny thing was, I was sort of reading my set list when I came up here. I sort of read like Burger King, yeah, it's good, Primark, classic, Pirate, and then I thought, yeah, we're gonna have a good night tonight, Havant. That's a great set list. And then I read it again and thought, oh shit, that's not my set list. That's just a list of random jobs for me, isn't it, after I graduate? So when I came out, you probably thought, if she's not from Emmerdale Farm, she must be one of them. She must be. And I don't mind people sort of stereotype like, oh yeah, she looks like one of them. That's fine. And you know, I like to be honest. I don't think it's really important to comedy, but I like to be honest and tell people sort of like, never been a vegetarian, sort of never have been, hopefully never will be. A lot of people try and give you advice as well. They try and say like, oh, do you know what you should do if you're nervous talking to people? And I say, first of all, here's a start. Don't do stand-up comedy to a room full of strangers. That's the first advice. Second of all, is it something you're doing naked? I don't know. And they say yes. And they say, imagine your audience naked, right? And I say, right, that's where you're wrong, isn't it? If anything, surely I should be naked, really, because then the sort of standard of material and sort of the audience interaction, it's not really that important, is it? And sort of, I could personally consider it a good set if I hadn't been arrested or fingered, so... Good point to mention, don't play the ukulele. I've never learnt to play the ukulele, just thought I'd bring it out like some sort of creepy show and tell. I just thought I'd break the ice a bit, really. If it was a bit awkward in the front row, I could just sort of talk about that. No one's asked me to play a song, that's cool. Just while I'm here, do you think that's a good colour to paint my bedroom? Obviously that's mental, that's fruit. Is that? We like that, Havant. Obviously critics of me will say Rachael Lloyd wasted valuable stage time asking DIY advice of a possibly half-drunk, terrified front row. But then if I paint my room blue, it's not such a... I'm actually going to put that down, really, because I find that quite misleading for someone to bring out a ukulele and not play it. It's also quite misleading to spend £100 on breakdancing lessons without checking how big the stage was. It's not that big, is it? Right. A lot of people also want to know, why did you get into comedy? Because if you have to have a reason, really, to get into stand-up, they say, why did you get into comedy? And I just say, I was inspired. They're not so big now, they were back in the day, quite famous in America. The organisation, the KKK. They sort of inspired me, some of their work, some of their sketches on YouTube. And people are sort of, no, I think people are sort of stunned by that, like, sorry, I don't know sort of what they taught you in history, I'm a bit worried. When I think of up-and-coming sort of comedy sketch, it's not the first thing, I'll be honest, the KKK is not the first thing I think of. Actually, no, you know, obviously I'm against the KKK, clearly, you know, and one day I thought, right, I'm going to bring down the KKK after a glass of wine. Bottle of wine. I thought I'm going to bring down the KKK. Who's with me? Fair enough, nobody was, but sort of banning me from Tesco Express, maybe going a little bit too far there, but tried to recruit my friend as well to help bring down the KKK, really. Showed her a video, KKK wedding. Shocking, disturbing, overwhelming, sickening. That was just buffet, to be honest. I said to her, do you know ultimately benefits from just the mere existence of the KKK? Do you know ultimately benefits from them? And she said, no. I said, well, surely, it's got to be the Dad's White and White Laundry Challenge. Jolly. While we're on sort of the dodgy section of the set, pedos. Do we need them? Like, do we need them? Because, like, I didn't really understand how that sort of works, you know, because, like, obviously parents are always saying, oh, don't go outside to their kids, you know, don't go outside, that's fine. But then you've got, like, a new generation that are saying sort of, well, don't go on the internet, whatever you do, don't go on the internet. And then you've got me sort of in the middle, not as paedophiles, sort of just more looking in, sort of thinking, well, hang on, how are the kids supposed to be paedophiles? Like, I don't really understand that, you know, I can sort of see that dying out, that pastime, really. Another thing I can see dying out, mail-order brides. Because, like, I ordered a hat, right, and it took 3 weeks to get to my house. Now, I'd be concerned about 10 hats, let alone a person, right? They sort of arrive in the UK full of optimism, as always, and the man's not been home, whatever. They've now got to spend 3 weeks, okay, in a warehouse in Hull, in what I can only describe as the most depressing episode of relocation ever made. I live in Portsmouth. Does anyone live in Portsmouth?
Yes.
Get in, lift home. Well, that's a joke. I've got a train ticket. I had an indication, actually, that it's a bit rough in Portsmouth. My friend, true story, beaten to the ground for a cheese and smile pizza, okay? Serious story. Beaten to the ground for a cheese pizza, right? And the police decided that this wasn't serious enough to attend to, okay? They decided they would not attend to this and left it. Now that worried me, that we're just supposed to accept, right, that the police will not come out for anything less than a meat feast. I've been accused of being immature, lol. But I wasn't sure, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if you guys would get it. I was looking to the under 20s there, I'm not gonna lie. Good, you're with me, good. My friend said to me, Rachel, just try bum sex. I was like, sorry, what? Just try bum sex, don't tell anyone. Okay. First, I don't care, like, I don't care. I've never even thought to have sex with a homeless person before. I just don't care. His girlfriend, equally as charming, she said, my boyfriend makes me come like a train. Where the fuck did that come from? Where does that saying come from, okay? Because I've been on a train and I've had sex. Yes, you might be questioning the second one, but I've had sex, I've been on a train, and I can vouch, I have never, on a Sunday afternoon, had to change men 3 times, okay? Now, this is where it gets serious. There's been a stereotype going around, I'm not going to say who. Yeah, I am going to say who, okay, it's the Americans. There's been a stereotype saying British people just like to drink and shag, yeah? British people just like to drink and shag. And I find that incredibly offensive, because that sort of makes it sound like it's 2 separate activities, really, doesn't it? And we know it sort of goes hand in hand. It's a cold country, that's fair enough. But between me and you, in the winter, it's sort of the only thing keeping the northerners alive, really, isn't it? I think that's my time up. My friend reminded me, leave a minute for laughter. And that's when I thought, oh yes, my friend hasn't seen me before. So that's pretty optimistic, isn't it? But I think he meant like a minute throughout the set, not just a minute at the end where I stand here and you laugh at me for a minute. Because that's more like bullying, really, isn't it? That's bullying. It's been so cool to play here tonight, I'm not going to lie. And yes, I'll meet you out the back for a lift, whoever that was earlier. Good night, everyone.